Yes, y'all. Welcome to
Stage Krunchy and Milk.
If you have opinions or queries you wish to share, we have multiple ways to be reached. The email address for the show is podcast@stagecrunchyandmilk.com. On Twitter, it's @skimpod, SKIMPOD.
Stage Krunchy.
And if you're feeling froggy, go on and jump into our voicemail line at 216-3028-POD. That's 216-302-8763. The show can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and as always at our website, stagecrunchyandmilk.com.
Stage Krunchy.
Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show on your own social media feeds. And if you want to get at us directly, feel free to reach out via our personal Twitter.
Stage.
It's at Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, The Real ODP, and I'm your host, Tabrail713.
Stage Krunchy and Milk.
Yes, y'all. From the comfy confines of 200 Public Square. I'll try to get my NPR voice. It's Stage Krunchy Milk episode 286. I have no guarantee that it's actually 286. I'm just assuming it is. It might be 287. But it's definitely not 285.
287 on the motherfucking car.
But we out here.
On both of them.
I'm hangry. So I'm wolfing down food. I ate breakfast this morning. I don't know why I'm so hungry. My body trying to play you, man. But we out here doing the damn thing. This Black History Month has started in chaos, I tell you. Too many people coming out with blackface. Way too many.
And 21 Savages from the UK. Who would have known?
That was a while. I have enjoyed the jokes, but then I was like, oh yeah, ICE is trash. We can't support them or anything they do. So,
I mean, just like anything else, we here for them jokes. I mean, I'm sorry. Some are pretty funny. Like it's a travesty what he's going through. But
which one is he? Is he the one that like killed somebody or was a drug runner or something?
That's one with the cross on his head.
You know, he hasn't done anything.
Don't they all have him now?
Yeah, but he's very particular, so you know him. You be like, oh yeah, that one. If I saw you 27, you'd be like, I know that one. I recognize that.
He dated Amber Rose.
Is Extinction the other one?
He dead.
He did.
I saw. Who's the one that was like narking on everybody like 2 weeks ago?
That's Takeshi 6ix9ine.
Yeah, that was the joke I sent you. Well, I guess you would need context and.
Obviously, I'm having a hard time keeping everyone straight.
So. Yes, this is Takeshi 6ix9ine right there, and this joke about 21 Savage.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been a hell of a year so far.
Yeah, it really hit the ground running in 2019. Was not trying to was like, take no prisoners. Everybody can get it. As we record this, the State of the Union was last night.
Was it?
I wake up this morning to see Nancy Pelosi basically threat clapping at the president, and it made me laugh so hard. I didn't know what to do with myself. I'm so amused by it. I didn't even know you could clap in a threatening manner until this morning. But sure as shit you can.
I seen the claps.
You know, basically, how you begin the speech, how everybody begins the speech is, ladies and gentlemen, our union is strong. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever diverges from that pretty much. And then you get a standing ovation for the nation. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, and looking dead at him and square at him, I was like, Nancy Pelosi, man, you ain't playing today, are you?
Is she running in 2020?
Nancy Pelosi is basically the head of the Democratic Party. She don't run. She make things happen. So, and for a minute there, he was like, I don't want her to be Speaker of the House again. And now they all is real quiet. And they're like, oh, this is why you make her Speaker of the House, because shit gets done on her watch. So that has been amusing. But all y'all should know by now, the governor of Virginia, whatever his name, Northram, his medical school picture came out. He is either in blackface or in a Klan uniform. Your choice. He said he apologized for it. Then had a press conference the day after and said, wait a minute, them ain't me. Now, I did do blackface once in a Michael Jackson concert, Michael Jackson dance contest, and I won.
And I told T, I'm like, I feel less affected by the fact that he won. He had if he's singing and dancing and in Blackface, and he won, and it was in the 80s.
The last time I heard you this conflicted over something like this is when Hulk Hogan's thing happened.
Oh no, that was some real shit right there.
I was watching Good Mythical Morning yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and they got Jordan Morris, who was from Jordan Jesse Go and Bubble Wrights on that show. And yesterday they had these they were doing like celebrity cocktails,
Yeah.
and Hulk Hogan was one of them. So basically they had these cutout faces, and he would talk. He'd like do an impression of each person.
Yeah.
This Hulk Hogan one, man, it made me happy every goddamn time. 'Cause every time he was Hulk Hogan, he goes, "Let me tell you something, brother. I am a terrible person.
Yeah.
I'm one of the worst people in the world." So I was like, all right, Jordan, I see you.
Yeah, but yeah, Hulk Hogan is one of those things like that I was pretty hurt about. But I don't know this governor. All I'm saying is, you dressed up like Michael Jackson and you won.
So okay, hey, he's terrible. He probably got to step down. He hasn't stepped down yet, but he's gonna probably have to.
Yeah.
So we go to the lieutenant governor, black man who recently enough they had because it's Virginia, they have Robert E. Lee Day. And he refused to take part in it or do anything. He had to be there because that is his role as in government. He just sat there and kicked it. And he was like, all right, it's a good dude doing the damn thing. No, as it turns out, he might have sexually assaulted somebody in college. It is an accusation at this point, so we can't whatever of it. We will find out.
See what happens.
But today in the news, it comes out that in a private conversation about this matter, his response to the situation was,
Fuck that.
Fuck that bitch. Which would probably be, I mean, look, if you felt you were being accused of something that you didn't do, that'd probably be all of our response.
Yeah, it was a response. It was definitely a heartfelt response.
For sure. So that goes down.
Yeah.
In the middle of that, in between all that, or we'll put after, the third in line, the Attorney General of the great state of the Commonwealth of Virginia, admits that he, in college, dressed up and did blackface.
But he did not win the contest.
Him and his friends dressed up as their favorite rapper at the time, Curtis Blow. He has not said he's stepping down or anything like that there, but he wanted to come out the mouth and say, hey, I want y'all to know I did it, and that I really do need to talk to people and think about what's going to happen after this.
I guess these are just the breaks we get, my friends.
Now,
So, like, when did this shit happen? Like in the 80s?
yeah, these events. I don't know about the sexual assault for the lieutenant governor, but these people in blackface, yes, it did happen in the 80s.
So, like,
Question yourself, is this a bridge you want to step out on?
no, I guess I'm just asking, like, if they admit that it was wrong to do it, like, it's been 30 years. You learn a lot in 30 years.
And I get that.
So we leaped to the great state of Florida, where their Secretary of State recently came out as having dressed in blackface. This was in 2005, about a month after Katrina. He dressed as a Katrina victim. He quit immediately.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that was a little fresh.
yeah. I was, when me and T were
I
talking
remember
about
exactly where I was during Katrina, so
and your face was still white.
it was.
Yeah.
As well as the stripper in front of me.
Yeah. Oh, the stripper.
That's what I'm saying. I was at a strip club during Katrina. I knew exactly where I was.
I kind of feel like we need a census to gauge out there how many people are actually dressing up in blackface, and then write down the year, write down how old you are, where you were, so we can gauge our level of forgiveness, of reparations, as it were.
So basically,
All I'm saying is, like, I'm not like saying it's cool. I'm not saying that people should be able to do it. None of that shit. All I'm saying is, people change over 35 years, hopefully. And if you say I fucked up, like,
I think the thing is nobody's saying they fucked up.
but no, doesn't he say that the one guy?
the Attorney General did say he fucked up, and the Secretary of State of Florida said I fucked up, and now he goes, and I know that this would impede my capacity to be a representative in the state of Florida. So that's why he quit. He quit. Virginia ain't quit yet. He said he gonna talk to people.
Okay.
Virginia, black ass state, but it's not a black ass state at the exact same time. It's very much was the capital of the Confederacy. They still got some deep shit. Charlottesville happened there just a couple years ago. Y'all know what goes down. My sister lives in Virginia. I have gone to Virginia every time. it is both an enjoyable state and a scary state all at one time. Same as Georgia is to me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Conflicted, I guess, is to say the least. But these jokes, which is all I'm ever here to support, have been fascinating and fun. And they was like, oh yeah, I forgot, Pusha T be finding people in blackface. And that shit was hilarious.
Yeah. And I have two friends who moved to Virginia. One is white, one is black. And both said the same thing about it being a very more upfront form of racism when it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's here.
Like, he racist.
The racism and humidity is one and the same. You can feel it. It's all around you. Everybody don't talk about it because it's always a constant state. So, yeah.
As for a man thinking he'd been caught doing blackface, then was like, nah, that's not the blackface I did. And then saying, this is the blackface I did. Yeah, that's pretty fucking weird.
Let me correct you on my black on my blackface.
I'm taken aback, I gotta say. Because he thought he got caught.
At least he snitched on himself.
He thought he got caught in one way, and it turned out he got caught in another way. And he's like, wait a minute, no.
I mean, he could have tried to be like, no, that wasn't me, and then ride it out to see if he found the other one. There's like a black and white photo somewhere in like a neighborhood news of the Michael Jackson contest winner from 1984.
That's true.
It's just so extra and so unnecessary. We definitely knew by the 80s. Blackface wasn't the move you should be making. And
unless you're Drake.
He had to apologize too. He had to write some shit on his notes app and print that and be like, I'm sorry, this is for this. So,
I mean, and like, I was born in 85, so I was a kid. I can't remember hardly shit from the 80s, okay? And then in the 90s, I was like in elementary school, so from like 90 to 95, I was one of 3 white kids in the school.
Did you ever do blackface?
No. I mean, I didn't even know that was a thing until like the 2000s. So like, the thought never crossed my mind. And so like, honestly, I think it was with you guys when you like first started talking about it. We're talking about how bad it was. I was just like,
oh,
wait, what? And then like as I've listened and learned, I'm like, oh shit.
Is it kind of like how we discovered the C word was a real bad word?
I mean, it depends on what country you're in.
I mean, in America, like I didn't know that was a bad word until like I was good in 24. Like even like I said, not through my teens or anything. Like I just remember like because when I first started working where we work at, I was like 19 years old. So a couple years had gone past. Then when I started hanging out with like not just black people, it was kind of like, hey, you want to go to the bar with us, Anthony?
All right, so let me ask you guys this, and I have no opinion on this. This is strictly me asking a question.
Okay.
I saw something about like schools, like when they do like themes for sporting events, like basketball, like high school basketball games and stuff. Mm-hmm. There's one called Blackout, where like the kids all like paint themselves black, wear black T-shirts and shit like that. Now, is that like considered? Because I saw like that got called to the carpet.
I've never heard of that. So that information is new to my ears. I'm gonna go with just don't paint your face black if you ain't black.
I'm gonna say it's problematic, not racist, because like, okay, you can see where the problem will come from, and like
it's too close to be comfortable.
Yeah, like I would say it's problematic. Like, well, you could see how people take offense to it.
Yeah.
It might not be upfront offensive, but like some people will take offense to it. Just like when I sent out the email to our team the other day about celebrating Valentine's Day. With Valentine's Day, you really can't. I mean, it's a holiday.
It's a holiday for people in relationships. It's not a holiday for me to be getting shit from my coworkers.
Yeah, but I put out there like, hey, you guys want to take some time, play some games, bring a snack. Not about loving each other, just about enjoying each other's company. And I was told it was a good idea, but in years that had passed before, one of our coworkers like took extreme offense to it. It was like, But in the past, that wasn't gonna go down. Even we have like, for example, one of our coworkers is Jewish, and still takes place in our Christmas gift exchange every year. So, I mean, I feel like there's always room for growth, no matter what the situation is. If they can explain, like, we're going to this, like, I don't know what, if they went the blue out instead of the blackout, or saying like, hey, you know, we encourage you guys to wear all black, but we encourage you not to paint your face.
It is a whole, yeah, you can rock all black easily. It's a whole rainbow of colors you can hit up on and avoid that one.
Or, you know, do your face, neck, and chest. Just don't do your face. Wear a hat. Just avoid this area. I don't know.
And I feel like, I bet you if you look into the history of that shit, there's some shit to it too. You know what I'm saying? It's Blackout Day. I'm like, bruh. Who founded that and why? What is the history of this?
And why?
Yeah. Oh, I need, you got to have it all, because like I said, if you only get a little bit of it, something could be missing. Bruh, this country quite literally was built on the backs of racism. You know how this is. They came in and was like, fuck the people that's already here. Oh, and I'm gonna drag me some of these people over here to build this bitch on top of what we already left here. It is what they call our original sin. And until we cop to it, admit to it, man, it's always gonna be some bad shit coming off about it. And I'm not saying everybody in their mama's racist, but there's enough racism in this country at this point that's why you can't stay in office if you fucking wore blackface. You just can't. It is. I'm sorry that happened 30 years ago. You feel like you're a better person, but we as a nation haven't moved past anything at this point. So, sorry, bro, you stuck. I gotta say bye to you. Just like I said, my man, like the tree. He could be like, it's been 14 years. I'm a better person, and he might be, but he know he's wrong, and he left. He left that day. That shit was wild. That report came out like 9 o'clock. By 2:30, he had packed up the office and was gone. He knew what was up, because sometimes you gotta know what was up. So it just is what it is, man. You come off as a real shitty human being, no matter what. And yeah, and if anything, hey, okay, you've copped to it, you've admitted to it, you've moved on. Maybe you can do some shit behind the scenes to help further push the agenda that you seem to represent, that you think you want to represent, and that's a good thing. You probably got some money, you know what I'm saying? Because to get office in this country means you had to have a couple of bucks. So maybe you can help another way, but you can no longer be governor of Virginia. You just can't. You can probably no longer be the Attorney General of Virginia. And if this motherfucker actually gets, if it is proven out in enough of a manner that says yes, that man committed some kind of sexual misdeeds, you probably can't no longer be the lieutenant governor and or governor of the state. It just is what it is, and you gotta cop to it. So
that's true.
I mean, it's the simple facts of it. I hate it. I hate that these are all. I hate these all Democrats, because I mean your boy votes left, so it just make my whole party look like shitty, because people gonna always be like, you see them Democrats on that dirt. I'm like,
yeah, just like what you know. Well, that was one of the unfortunate things about Al Franken. Like Al Franken did a lot of good things.
Yeah,
but you know he had some misconduct. He left. He's gone.
And he had to get up off the paint. And so it's like they are like, but that happened this many years ago. And the lady says, whatever. It comes off as awful, especially in the time we're in the midst of, like, we trying to, like, we in the Me Too time, bro. It's like, come on, man. It just the optics is terrible.
Yeah.
And all you're gonna have is the other side, because that's what we play. So we play sports in this country when it comes to politics. The other side's gonna use that against you. Look at that molester. And you just said he was cool. He's not cool. He's a molester.
That cool ass molester.
And then so, like I said, sometimes because, like I said, because the way we play the sports and play the.
It's kind of like how in Dark Knight Rises, how Catwoman just wanted to be able to erase her past from the internet, so she could move on with her life. But that's not the way society works anymore. Once you do something, you have that label. That is part of your person until you die.
Now, as we go along here, at some point, you know how this works, bro. Like. We can start with Anthony Weiner. Anthony Weiner had his dick out there. He had to quit the gig. But at some point, it's going to be like, most people got some dudes out there. Eventually, we'll get to this point, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, everybody got their dick out there. He can keep your job. We ain't there yet.
Not there.
And I don't think we're ever going to be there with Blackface. Because it's like, bruh, it's a connotation, bruh. It just looks away. So, I'm sorry.
I don't think that, like, I was gonna say I don't know if that's one of the ones that'll ever be cool.
What, you
Well,
dick
showing
out
your
there?
dick?
No, blackface.
Oh, no.
But, but then I was like, well,
Because I'm hoping for that day my dick is cool again.
shit, I don't even want to look at my own dick.
me and my dick roll like this. I don't know what you're talking about.
Me and my dick is like this, son.
I know that, Nick.
Speaking of molesty stuff,
Oh,
I watched something interesting on Netflix yesterday. It's called Abducted in Plain Sight.
I heard about that. Somebody wrote a tweet and was like, what was it? It was Ted Bundy, Fire Festival and Abducted in Plain Sight. These white men is dangerous. So what is going on? What is going on in Abducted in Plain Sight?
Abducted in Plain Sight was just like one of those documentaries where it's just like, man, y'all shouldn't be allowed to keep your own kids.
Wow.
So, a next door neighbor, it's tight in that Latter-day Saint community. Like, first, he was just a cool neighbor, and he got obsessed with one of their daughters, and just like finesses the whole family to a point. Well, not the whole family, but like just takes it to a point where it's just like, how the fuck did this dude get away with this for so long? So, first thing he does is kind of kidnaps the daughter, keeps her for weeks at a time, marries her. The 13-year-old daughter takes her to Mexico. They bring her. He's like, I'll bring her back, but you gotta let me stay married to her. He's like, no, you're already married here first, and our daughter's 13. You can't do that. And then, like during this time, like when they're going through the trial, like he sexually traps the dad, like convinces the dad to give him a handy, and that's all they admit to. Then has like a full-fledged relationship with the mom, and then like him and the mom end up having an 8-month relationship after that too. In between, again he kidnaps the daughter again 2 years later.
Is this dude like the villain from Jessica Jones?
I don't know, maybe.
They do sound like the Purple Man, don't he? Like he got mind control over Devo and them.
I mean, I know I'm just like paraphrasing through most of this shit, but this is what happens, and this is real life. And I was just thinking this whole time, like, if I fucked up this bad, why did I not only write a book, but make a documentary about me being a terrible ass parent?
Oh, they make this their.
Oh yeah, it's
So of course it's gonna come out. It's gonna make them look better probably than the actual reality of it is. If they made the documentary, they ain't gonna.
I don't know, because like the FBI do, like they interview him, so they might not make the movie like straight up and down, but they're like heavily involved in it. The FBI dude was like, oh my god, these fucking idiots, pretty much. He was like, I'm the one that had to convince them that their daughter was kidnapped because their daughter was kidnapped.
Yeah.
I'm the one like had to follow up with all this like he was blackmailing the dad, like, I'm gonna tell people you jacked me off in the car because you just jacked me off. And that's it. And I'm gonna say that I slept with your wife, so sign this paper saying that I didn't kidnap him, which they did. And the FBI was like, nah, bruh.
You can't not sign papers to say you didn't commit a crime. It just ain't how crimes work.
Well, like they were alleviated. They pretty much dropped out of the case.
Okay.
So they don't. The FBI no longer has a witness. But the FBI was like, nah, that's okay. We gonna keep on going.
Like I will still put you in jail.
He got 45 days.
Days.
He got 45 days. It was like 5-year sentence. He ended up 45 days, and he didn't serve all those 45 days. And like I said, this was like in 1974. But this movie is just like, just so fucked up. It was only an hour and a half of my life, but it was just like.
There's just some things that have been made or get put on the internet or whatever that like I wish I'd never seen.
Yeah.
Like I saw a video on Twitter last week. I guess it was like an Ohio prison where the guards handcuffed 4 black dudes to a table.
Oh, and it was running in a circle?
Running in a circle while the dude was trying to stab them.
Yeah.
It was like video cam footage. Like some white inmate like wanted to murder somebody. I don't know if he was like, I guess they're saying he was in on with the guards or whatever.
Yeah.
But they handcuffed 4 black dudes to a table. And like in the cafeteria.
It's
and he just ran
see.
around trying to stab them. And it's like, I don't want to see this shit. I mean, I understand it's reality and I should be aware of what's happening in the world around me. But like that's something that like I'm never gonna be able to unsee.
Yeah, it's been a couple things like I feel like I need to unfollow certain people on Instagram, like the twerker that broke her neck. Like, why was that like something to be shown on the internet? And like people when their pets got frozen like last week, like why are you showing this on the video?
I didn't know that was. We run in some different internet circles.
For one thing, it's only one person. He just gonna get. You know what? I don't even got on follow him. I could just mute him.
Yeah, motherfuckers got to be.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even know. I'm fucked up about both of things y'all have just presented to me a little bit. I'm like,
I've been fucked up about it. I was thinking about it when I was walking in my car the other night.
Like, ugh.
Because I was walking, my car in the flats. It was dark.
you too much sound thing.
And there was two guys that were like approaching me from like towards the gas station. I was coming down. I came off of the bridge, was coming down the hill, and like they were walking kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if they were like drunk or what they were. But then like I started thinking
Gas
about like
fuel.
I started thinking about like what if this dude just tried to start stabbing me? I'm like, and then I'm like thinking back to the video of like I just watched some dude try and stab other people. I'm like, that's fucked. Like it's like it creates this train in my mind.
Has there been more of that story? Like, have they said what was? I mean, what is even going on there? Like,
No, I haven't heard much of it.
how they select these prisoners, so forth and so on.
I don't know. I didn't look into it after I saw the video.
Yeah, and then like the whole Liam Neeson thing is kind of messed up too.
Forgot all about that little addition to Black History Month.
Yeah, Black History. That Liam Neeson thing was kind of like
They went ahead and canceled his red carpet for that one. They're like, we gonna just shut the fuck up about this right now. Like, there'll be no more marketing of this movie, and we are going to probably not let you go talk anymore, bro. Because he's on tour, he's on press tour. Yes,
Yeah.
what you do, you go talk to everybody. You can talk about the movie and blah blah, and he ruined that on the first interview of this go round.
Yeah, I just wonder like how fucked up has he been after his wife died? Like,
Yeah.
not to give that like. It just seemed like he has just been disheveled ever since.
Yeah, he ain't been right since she passed. You're right.
But still, that was pretty messed up. And the major part of that is like that's a big part of our history that people get mad about. The stuff happens, and it's like, well, you know what? I'm gonna just go out and kill a bunch of black people.
Yeah. Who have nothing to do with anything. Like he just want to go fight a stranger.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's.
I wish I could say that I hadn't heard someone talk like that before, but I definitely have.
I don't understand it.
And I don't mean stranger in general. I mean specific qualifications as to target.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I remember you told me. I think you said it on the show before, and if not, we'll work around this. About you went to a barbecue with my
Yep.
uncle.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, we have talked about that. Yeah, like yeah.
That was very uncomfortable for me.
I think it was. You know what? I would hope it'd be uncomfortable for most people, but that's probably not true, is it?
no,
So
because to most people it might be a happenstance. Luckily, if I'm not mistaken, the way I heard the story right, you were kind of like, no, that's some bullshit, and that could have been something terrible that night.
yeah.
Because if I know about anything, hey, I could be convinced to go get some food I shouldn't be eating. Just imagine after some drinks like here in 5 hours, like, yeah, I'm about to go.
All right, so this is probably where the last thing we should do because it's getting kind of late.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I would like to think that I would never cave on anything that severe. I actually had a conversation with my buddy this morning, and we were talking about my personality and how I have a tendency to put other people's desires and needs ahead of my own to the point where I drive myself crazy and will cause mental harm to myself or just make myself miserable if it makes somebody else happy. And I think in that situation, I would not be willing to get in the car to make someone else happy. That might be where I draw the line. Like, other things I wish I was better about, I would like to think in that situation I would be just fine.
Yeah, and I understand that, but I don't know. I kind of think the situations where I feel like you kind of put yourself aside was for a brighter outcome. Like you were thinking like maybe this can become something. Not necessarily like situations where I would feel like you were doing it to an extreme detriment to yourself. It might have cost yourself some mental anguish because it didn't go the way it quite possibly was on the horizon to go. But it's always with good intentions.
In that situation, that specific one, yes. But I mean, I do other things too. Where like, I'll sit there and I'll listen to someone's bullshit for like an hour, just because I don't want to tell them to shut the fuck up because I care about them, or like I'll drive someone 2 hours out of my way if they need a ride bad enough, even though like they really don't need a ride, because like I feel like I gotta help them, like even though like I might have something going on, or like I'll cancel something that I had going on to do something for somebody else, like that kind of shit too, you know.
Well,
like I'll always put everyone else before me, and like sometimes I have to learn to stop doing that.
well, learning is half the battle. Knowing that part of yourself is what helps that behavior to stop.
Like my buddy's wife was texting me on Monday, 2 days ago, for those who don't know what day it is right now.
Wednesday.
And, she was asking me like a series of questions because she was trying to get to a point that she wanted me to like realize on my own. And basically it came down to, if you know that it makes you upset, why do you not stop it? And she's right, but it's that like inability to want to hurt somebody else in those regards. Now, if it's like a kill squad, get ready to roll out, I ain't rolling with the kill squad. But if it's someone in my life that like, even though like people who have fucked me over in the past, I still am nice to them, and like that's the problem.
Right.
That's why it's like I'm trying to get to the point where I can be like, you know what? No, fuck you.
Yeah.
But it's hard because deep down I still care about everybody, and it sucks sometimes. But I don't want to necessarily cut that part of my personality out because it's what helps make me a good person.
Yeah.
That's true. You can't be like Jerry was like when he started crying and then like all the rest of the shit got fucked up.
Yeah.
Like I truly feel like you're on the right path. Stay on that path. Just you gotta do some minor tweaks. If you start doing something else, your whole personality might change. I'm Tatum 216.
I'm sick.
Box over here, about to pass out. Poor soul. You know what's up? I need you to go out and I need you to rate and review this fucking show. Why is that? Because I don't put it on Facebook no more. And I said I would look at the numbers and see how they're reacting. They're reacting poorly. So I guess Facebook had something to do with something. That's sad, but I'll be damned if I'm going back to Facebook just for this shit. I'm just not. So I need you to do your part, and that is to retweet the show, and that is to review us on iTunes and Stitcher, services where that shit matters. That is Tatum 216. That is Lunchbox 2099. Our missing man is at The Real ODP. Send him some love.
He needs it.
At all times. Who doesn't?
I don't.
I am the Interstater 713. You have just been podcasting. I know you loved it.
At least
Oh,
the
hey,
tip.
before we go, I wanted to let everyone on that listens to the show know that as of this morning, I officially hit the goal that I was trying to get as far as my mini goal for weight loss. As of this morning, I weighed the exact weight I did when I first started this job 7 years ago. So I've dropped 71 pounds since last May.
Big up.
Lord have mercy.